Skye Squad, it's your boy Richie Skye back with another video. We are in the building and today we got a couple of things to discuss, okay? We're going to be talking about Kenya Moore. We're talking about Kenya Moore and her clapping back at Drew Sidora, okay? Now you guys know that Drew Sidora revealed a photo of Kenya Moore's alleged tracks and now Kenya Moore is coming back with a interesting clapback of her own. Then we're going to be discussing Tamar Braxton, okay? She is clarifying some things that have been in the news recently, most specifically regarding her recent hospitalization earlier this year, as well as her appearance on the Taraji P. Henson show on Facebook Watch. She's also putting WeTV on blast, and we'll get into more of that in detail. Before we get into all that, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell button, and join the texting community. If you join the texting community, I can send you a text message as soon as a new video drops, okay? Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and stage dive into what we got to talk about today, okay? We're talking Kenya Moore first up, all right? So you guys may recall yesterday, I think it was, that I told you about Drew Sidora and her posting about Kenya Moore's alleged tracks in her head. Drew is jumping into the shade train rather early, okay? Rather early. And we do know from Kandi Burruss, if you watched her speak on it, that Kenya Moore and Drew Sidora pretty much go at it all season long, even as recently as up to the season finale filming event where they apparently butted heads yet again and things got pretty crazy, okay? So we got that to look forward to all season long as well. But as for now, Kenya Moore is doing a little clapback of her own, making fun of Drew Sidora's lace front. Take a look.
I don't know why anybody would doubt that this is not my real hair. I mean, it's so beautiful and perfect. I don't understand why people just keep asking me, is this my real hair? I mean,
Okay. Some light shade there, piling on the tons of hair. You know what I'm saying? You know, guys, from watching Sunday's episode that LaToya and Kenya came up with the name Drewisha to describe Drew's wigs. Now, Kandi does tell us in her Speak On It video that that name, Drewisha, pops up again later on this season in some way, shape, or form. So keep an eye out for Drewisha, y'all, okay? Hopefully the season will begin to heat up a little bit more, okay? Because those ratings haven't been looking as spectacular as they typically have been for Real Housewives of Atlanta. I don't know what's going on, but hopefully the season really starts to pick up in terms of ratings and viewership, all right? Now, with that out of the way, let's talk about Tamar Braxton, okay? Now, you guys remember last week we told you about the clip that was circulating online of Tamar Braxton on the show with Taraji P. Henson on Facebook Watch, and she was basically alluding to the fact that she felt like her son deserved better, and that is why she felt like she needed to end it all, okay? And that's what landed her into the hospital. But she's now actually revealing a whole lot more in a new Twitter conversation, okay? She's putting WeTV on blast. Shout out to our friends over at allaboutthetea.com for catching this bit of information. Let's go ahead and stage dive into what she had to say. She says this on Twitter: "Excuse me, once again, WeTV has taken themselves out of the headlines, okay? Now, it's important to note that these tweets have now been deleted, okay? And she's making it clear that the network has played a part in the decision to end her life, okay? This is what she says. It wasn't my son per se. It was what was continuously aired on that network that was affecting my son and reputation. They would not terminate working together after I told them it was killing me, period." Then she says, "We're not going to continue with the narrative that Tamar is crazy. Let's not forget the toxic work environment, being underpaid, overworked, and the angry black woman syndrome, stealing the rights to the show that I created, issues with WeTV. I don't know why that was left out. I just didn't wake up one day and lose my mind. The truth is I have been miserable and in an abusive slave work relationship for a decade. My son is the best thing that has happened to me. And for me, that was another relationship that was going to be ruined by those evil people, okay? Now, she also insinuates that WeTV is still holding her in some way, shape, or form hostage in a contract, okay? She says, and to this day, they still are trying to strong arm me into signing over everything, even my right to tell my entire story and what they have done. They lied and told y'all that we were parting ways, but left out that if she walks away quietly with nothing, F we TV. Okay? So there's a lot to unpack here. There's a whole lot to unpack here, okay? And it's interesting to see, you know, her spill the tea on this situation, particularly in light of, you know, what we saw from Nene Leakes yesterday with her going live with attorney Ben Crump to really discuss, you know, what I perceived as her saying that she felt discrimination with regards to pay, longevity on the shows, the amount of episodes that she was getting as her run on the Real Housewives of Atlanta ended, and her wanting to go back to the table with Bravo to negotiate some things. We don't necessarily know what, but she did insinuate a lot, okay? And then we have Mariah Huq from Married to Medicine joining in on that conversation via Instagram Live, really agreeing and backing up a lot of Nene's claims. And Nene also spoke very highly of Mariah Huq in terms of her owning the show, but also being sort of phased out of it at the same time. Now, I feel like what I would love to see, if we're gonna all be upfront about this, right? I would love to see an open dialogue happen with Nene, Mariah, and Tamar. And I would really like to hear them discuss openly the things that they've experienced in these networks, okay? Because ultimately, you know, we as a viewer, I don't think that we really know what to do at this point. You know, we probably don't want to boycott WeTV or Bravo because we actually love the content, and that content has been helping us get through quarantine. Not only that, but it's just entertaining to watch. So I feel like as a viewer, we're stuck between a kind of rock and a hard place, because for a lot of us, we really enjoy these ladies on our television screens. But we also have to look at the ladies and say, hey, well, what contracts did you sign? Did you do your due diligence before you signed the contracts? You know, what did you do to contribute to the space that you are in currently? So it's got to be some balance of what did you do and then what has been done to you, okay? There's got to be a balance of that, because otherwise we as the fans, we're just kind of watching it all happen and unfold, not really knowing what should be done about it, okay? For Nene, she wants a boycott until they've gotten some things ironed out behind the scenes, and then she wants fans to go back and watch the shows. But for Tamar, it sounds like it's a whole different situation. She wants to be done with this network, but she wants to retain the rights and ownership and any royalties that come along with this. And for Mariah, it sounds as though she still wants some level of creative control and possibly to still be held in regard as a cast member on that show as well, from my understanding. I could be wrong about all this, but that's what I gleaned from the subject. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about this situation, all of these situations, actually. I want to hear your opinions about them. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell button, and I will see you in the next video.